Last year around, I had the chance to test out two TUF gaming laptops, and in my opinion, Asus has been doing a fabulous job when it comes to making these great gaming laptops, be it the ROG line or the TUF gaming line. And so in 2022, I have just received this. I mean to say, I have been using this for about a month now. This is the TUF Gaming F15 2022 edition. Of course, in comparison to its predecessor, this one sees a lot of improvements, lots of upgrades, and of course a heavy price tag as well. So without any further ado, let's talk about the good and bad about this laptop and see whether this one is worth your money or not. Hello everyone, Aman here for Mr. Phone and welcome to my full review of the Asus TUF Gaming F15 2022 edition. Quite a long name. And before we get rolling, you know that drill. Hit that like button, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and turn on the bell so that you don't miss any of our latest updates. Let's get started. We all know about the superb build quality these TUF laptops have been coming with, and this TUF F15 2022 is no different. Of course, this is a gaming machine, but still, for a gaming machine, the profile is rather manageable with a weight of about 2.2 kilograms. Otherwise, for the build, the lid sees a brushed metal finish. In fact, the lid is metal, and you can also open the lid with just one finger, so that is great. The bottom sees the use of plastic, and it's good quality plastic, and this is a solid move considering plastic does a better job with heat dissipation. Also, being a TUF laptop, you get military grade protection against drops, vibrations, and extreme temperatures. For heat flow, you can find vents on the right, on the left, at the back, and on the inside, right above the keyboard on the top right. So you get plenty of vents for heat flow, so you're sorted that way. And in general also, thermal management has been good on the TUF Gaming F15, and I'll be talking about that more in a bit. Moving on, there's a full-size RGB keyboard with a number pad, and the RGB can be customized via the Armory Crate app. The power button here doesn't have a built-in fingerprint sensor, but coming back to the keyboard, it has a good roomy layout. The keys are clicky and offer great feedback thanks to the 1.7mm travel on offer, although the keyboard doesn't make a lot of noise while typing, which I think is great. So I think many people prefer their keyboards to offer a silent operation, and I guess this keyboard on the TUF Gaming F15 is definitely going to appeal to the masses. Coming to the trackpad, I would say it's a good mid-sized trackpad, does a job well. It is pretty accurate and responsive and also gels well with all the latest Windows 11 gestures and commands. No major complaints here. Onto the ports, and you've got a lot of them on this beast. So on the left is your dedicated charging port, an Ethernet port, and HDMI port, two Type-C ports, out of which one comes with Thunderbolt for support, a USB Type-A port, and a 3.5mm socket. In comparison, the right only features a USB-A port and a Kensington lock port. For connectivity, there's Wi-Fi 6 on this computer. Of course, you'll need a Wi-Fi 6 router to take advantage of the super fast speeds. Then there's Bluetooth 5.2 as well. And on a whole, ports and connectivity situation are pretty much sorted on the TUF Gaming F15. And at this point, if I have to be greedy, then I think that only a full-sized SD card slot is missing on this laptop. Maybe next time. Apart from this, there's a 15.6-inch LCD screen at the front. The bezels are also thin except for the thick chin. The 720p webcam is situated in the top bezel along with a dual array mic. So right now I'm recording from the 720p webcam of the TUF Gaming F15 2022. And this, as I just said, 720p webcam, so the quality is nothing to write home about. I'm not at all satisfied, and I definitely think that laptop manufacturers should take this thing seriously, take the webcam thingy seriously. At least a 1080p webcam is required for laptops costing over a lakh. I think Samsung did a very good job with the latest Galaxy Book 2 Pro 360 that I've been using as my primary computer. That comes with a 1080p webcam. I think that one also needs some improvement, but it is definitely much better than this 720p and many other 720p webcams that you get on laptops. Companies, please take this thing seriously. At least give 1080p webcams in your high-end laptops. And other than that, how does my audio sound? There's a dual array mic on this laptop, one on each side of the camera, one on the left, one on the right. How does my audio sound? Let me know in the comments. But for the display itself, you can get this laptop in a full HD resolution with the 300Hz refresh rate, or you can opt for the Quad HD Plus resolution as well. That comes with a 165Hz refresh rate, the one that Asus sent me. So this panel on the TUF Gaming F15 is amazing. The 165Hz refresh rate is plenty smooth in daily operation and is well equipped to run high performance games at top frame rates. Of course, the display supports HDR playback. It's an anti-glare unit that comes with up to 300 nits brightness, which is more than sufficient for indoor usage. And all things considered, it's a good panel, guys. The refresh rate is a huge plus. The response time is superb. I mean, you get the adaptive sync technology, although I wish the audio output could have been a tad louder from the bottom firing speakers. I mean, the audio output is okay when you're watching content, that is when you're watching videos or movies, be it on YouTube, Netflix or VLC or whatever. But when it comes to playing graphics intensive titles, of course the fans will kick in on this laptop, and in those cases the audio could be an issue. So what I would suggest is that you also get a good pair of headphones if you're getting this laptop to get that amazing audio output along with the amazing gaming performance that this laptop gives you. And speaking of gaming, let's now talk about the performance, hardware and battery. So the variant I have here comes with a 12th generation Intel Core i7-12700H processor that features 14 cores, 6 performance, 8 efficient and a total of 20 threads. The GPU on this thing is the NVIDIA GeForce 3060 for the laptop with a 115 watt TGP and a 140 watt TGP with dynamic boost. There are 2 slots of RAM for a total of 16 GB LPDDR5 and there's a 1 TB of PCIe SSD storage on this laptop. Here's a look at some benchmarks and you can already see the solid showing in the Crystal Disk Mark SSD speed test or the Geekbench scores or the Cinebench scores, right there in the top tier benchmark performance. Now, before I talk about the gaming performance on this laptop, let me briefly touch upon one more key highlight of the TUF Gaming F15 laptop, and I'm talking about the mux switch that can be enabled from the Armory Crate app. So in simple language, what this mux switch does is that it utilizes the potential of your computer's GPU so that you get the lowest latency and the best performance possible in the game. So on an average, expect a boost of about 5 to 10% while gaming with the mux switch enabled. And with that, enough talk about the hardware specifications and highlights. Here are some games. So I tested all the games in full HD resolution, my primary reason being to get the best possible performance along with the high frame rate. So on your screens right now is the popular first-person shooter Valorant, and while this title isn't the most demanding on the GPU, a higher refresh rate screen definitely helps in those fast response times. And so amazing performance in Valorant, wherein I was consistently getting around 250 FPS performance, sometimes even hitting 300 FPS. So Valorant was really good, although not very taxing, which is great. The other title that I also enjoyed playing on this machine was the Shadow of the Tomb Raider, a game that I haven't ever played before, shame on me, because this is such a beautiful game and I know a very popular title, but for some reason I didn't get a chance until now. But that aside, the visuals looked great on the ultra settings. The game was utilizing the GPU's potential to the fullest, but hardly did I come across performance throttling. GPU temperatures were also about 85 degrees, which I think is okay considering I was not sitting in an AC room. So in all, a consistent performance in the realm of 80 to 100 FPS, sometimes even hitting 120 FPS. Shadow of the Tomb Raider was good. On to GTA 5, and I got somewhat of a similar result with this game as well, just like Tomb Raider. Actually, to be honest, GTA 5 was a little more demanding on the GPU, so the FPS did take a dip if we compare it to the Tomb Raider, but then again, a performance in the realm of 65 to 80 FPS consistent in ultra settings. I think the laptop does a great job here. Now, thermal management is also one key area while playing these games. Of course, the fans do make some noise. I mean, fans in all gaming laptops do, but as I earlier mentioned, plenty of vents make sure that the heat flow is consistent through and through. And the best part is that the laptop's surface doesn't get hot at all. So that was the best bit all throughout, as it never gets uncomfortable to game on this machine, even when the GPU and CPU temperatures hit 80 or even 90 degrees. Finally, while testing Control, I thought this game will definitely be bringing this laptop to its knees. So while playing Control on the best settings with ray tracing on, I used to consistently get about 70 FPS performance, sometimes even hitting 80 or 90 FPS. And initially, when I saw these numbers in my first run with the game, I doubted whether I have the best settings enabled, and to my surprise they were. Honestly, I thought that Control will give me about 50 to 60 FPS performance over long sessions, but seeing this kind of show, that was great. 70 to 80 FPS in Control was superb. So gaming wise, I don't think there are any doubts with this machine, and it shows the kind of performance this laptop brings to the table. Although seeing the great thermal performance on offer, I think that's where the TUF Gaming F15 2022 excels. Now on to the battery side of things, the TUF F15 2022 comes with a 90 watt-hour cell, and you get a massive 240 watt charger in the box. And in general, say you use this machine to do regular stuff like watching videos, opening multiple Chrome tabs, browsing, chatting, video calling, expect a battery life of about 5 to 6 hours. I mean, I got these numbers consistently, and again, I'm talking about getting this endurance while the laptop was unplugged. Now, of course, you will kill the battery within a couple of hours if you decide to game on this laptop without connecting it to the charger. So I strongly suggest that while gaming, definitely use it while connected to the charger. Lastly, I also want to point out that while using this machine for general use, again plugged into the charger or unplugged, unless you're not gaming, this laptop does not heat like crazy. I mean, it runs a little warm, but that's bearable and very normal for a gaming laptop. So much so that I can use this laptop for general tasks and things all day long, kept on my lap, and it doesn't get uncomfortable. Okay, at a cost of around 1,45,000 rupees, I understand that the TUF Gaming F15 2022 does carry a heavy price tag, so much so that it even makes the 2021 models with their reduced prices look like a steal. But that doesn't change the fact that for its asking price, the TUF Gaming F15 is an excellent gaming laptop that delivers top-notch performance along with good thermal management even in Indian summers. So if you have the budget, you're a gamer or even a creator, and all you prefer is pure performance and good thermals, I would suggest that you definitely go for the TUF Gaming F15 2022. I think this laptop is definitely worth it. And as always, drop all your thoughts and queries in the comments below. That was all for my review of the Asus TUF Gaming F15 2022. And as always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Mr. Phone. I'll catch you all in the very next one. Thank you for watching.